For this video, we need to talk about the increase in colon cancer cases, not just in older individuals, but also in younger age groups. It's a worrying trend that we need to address. So stick around until the end because we'll be sharing a list of common colon cancer symptoms that we should all be aware of. Colon cancer is a serious illness that affects many people. It's the third most common cancer diagnosed and the second deadliest. What makes dealing with this disease even harder is the big business that surrounds it. Companies make a lot of money from colon cancer, oftentimes with ads that can mislead and lots of information that can confuse both patients and doctors. Most people think that if someone in their family had colon cancer, they're likely to get it as well. While family history does play a part, it is not the whole story. Only about 5 to 10% of cases are directly linked to genetics. Your lifestyle choices, like what you eat and how active you are, also play a large role in whether you're likely to get colon cancer. Recent studies emphasize the significance of diet and lifestyle in preventing or potentially reversing diseases like cancer. Antioxidant-rich foods in particular are gaining recognition for their ability to combat various chronic ailments. This is not just a theory. It's a rapidly expanding field of scientific inquiry that indicates the direction of future medical advancements. Let's now dive into some of the crucial questions about colon cancer. What signs might indicate its early stages? How do symptoms change as the disease progresses? What methods exist for early detection? Additionally, what is a colonoscopy and who should contemplate undergoing this procedure? Furthermore, what are intestinal polyps? And how can we prevent them from evolving into cancer? And lastly, are there natural strategies for both prevention and management of this cancer condition? Colon cancer can remain undetected for extended periods of time, sometimes even years. It typically originates as a small, slow-growing polyp on the intestinal wall. Initially, these polyps occupy minimal space and do not disrupt the normal function of the intestines. Hence, no symptoms emerge in the early stages. That is why individuals at higher risk, especially those over 45, are recommended to undergo a colonoscopy. This recommendation is even more urgent if you have close relatives who've had colon cancer. A colonoscopy allows for the visualization, detection, and the removal of polyps. The onset of symptoms often hinges on the size and both the location of the tumor. Interestingly, colon cancer on the right side of the intestine can be harder to detect. This is because feces in the body remain as a liquid form in this part of the intestine, making it challenging for a tumor to cause obstruction unless it is highly advanced or has managed to spread to other organs. Did you know that even though tumors in the colon can cause bleeding, it's often not visible? But here's the good news. We have methods to catch it early. One way is just by checking stool samples for hidden blood. It's a simple test. Just collect a sample and send it to the lab for analysis. Now, keep an eye out for some positive signs. While chronic bleeding can lead to iron deficiency anemia, catching it early means we can tackle it head on. So, if you're 45 or older and feeling a bit paler than usual, it might just be your body giving you a heads up to get checked for intestinal tumors. And hey, sometimes stools may appear darker, but that's just a sign that we're on the lookout and ready to take action. In some cases, stool may appear darker due to slightly heavier bleeding. Now, let's consider colon cancer occurring on the left side of the intestine. Obstructions or blockages in this region occur earlier because the feces are already solid, containing less water compared to the right side. Let's now talk about some common symptoms to keep an eye out for. If you notice a change in your bowel habits, like becoming more constipated or having irregular bowel movements, it's time to pay some more attention. Your stool might change in appearance as well, perhaps becoming thinner or experiencing alternating bouts of diarrhea and constipation. Chronic diarrhea might also be a signal, prompting doctors to consider further investigation with a colonoscopy. Now here's some reassuring news. When tumors do grow advanced, they can then show up on x-rays, making them easier to detect. These tumors can narrow the intestines, causing difficulty passing stool and even potential bleeding, which might be visible as bright red blood. Other symptoms of advanced cancer include abdominal pain, swelling, weight loss, and even fatigue. Sometimes symptoms can extend to other organs like liver pain or shortness of breath if the cancer spreads. So learning how to detect this condition early and exploring natural prevention methods can make a real big difference. Sit tight, we'll get to that part soon. So what about these little growths called polyps? They're usually harmless, just hanging out on the wall of your intestine without causing any trouble. The best way to find them is with a colonoscopy. During the procedure, we can see the polyp and even take it out for further testing to find out whether it's safe or potentially harmful. But here's the thing. While most polyps are harmless, a small number of them can turn into cancer over time. The food we choose and how we prepare it has a big impact on our health. Research shows that by eating a balanced diet and embracing healthy habits, we can influence how our genes behave. That means genes linked to inflammation, dementia, obesity, heart issues, or even cancer can just take a backseat when we make positive choices. On the flip side, if we're not so mindful about what we eat and how we live, those genes can kick into overdrive. But here's an exciting part. By making healthier choices, we can slow down the growth of polyps and decrease the chances of them turning into tumors over time. When it comes to lowering the risk of colon cancer, anti-inflammatory and antioxidant foods are key. Load up on things like colorful fruits and veggies every single day. Healthy fats like omega-3s found in fish or in plant sources are also excellent choices. Managing constipation is another important step in reducing cancer risk. Make sure you're drinking enough water and also getting plenty of fiber to keep things moving smoothly while also supporting your gut's health. Don't overlook the other healthy lifestyle habits either, like getting enough sleep, which is hugely important, staying active, and even fostering social connections. These all contribute to antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. And don't forget about nuts and seeds, which are beneficial for your intestinal health as well. Now we'll talk about colonoscopies, arguably the most crucial tool in the early detection of colon cancer. Here's how it works. A slender tube armed with a tiny camera gently navigates through your intestine, meticulously scanning for any signs of trouble, like polyps, tumors, or any lesions. If it spots something suspicious, no worries. It's swiftly removed and sent for analysis to determine its nature. And here's the best part, you'll hardly feel a thing. Thanks to modern sedation or mild anesthesia, most patients sail through the procedure without a hitch. Generally, it's advised to get your first colonoscopy at age 45. But if cancer runs in your family, we might suggest starting even earlier. After that, it's usually once every decade unless your doctor advises otherwise. And while there are minimal risks involved, like bleeding or injury, they're quite rare. So with the power of colonoscopies on our side, early detection is a breeze, keeping us healthy and happy for years to come. So what is it that speeds up the process of turning a polyp into cancer? There are a few things to watch out for, and they're pretty simple, like too much red meat, especially processed types of meats like sausages and salami, unhealthy fats, large amounts of sugar, and excess sodium. These foods, especially when they're found in highly processed products, can really accelerate tumor growth. Other factors that can contribute include constipation, imbalances in your gut bacteria, and chronic inflammation. And let's not forget about the good old vice-like habits like drinking alcohol and smoking. They're known to increase the risk of cancer too. However, by being mindful of what we eat and how we live, we can reduce these risks and support our health in the long run. We're really glad you tuned in. If you found this video informative, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share the link with your loved ones. And hey, if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button to join our community and support our mission. Don't miss out on our upcoming content. Hit the notification bell to stay in the loop. Thank you for watching, and here's to staying informed and healthy together.